little cuties. Right, so you guys know what I've got here, but I've got a little special package for you. Close your eyes. Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Wow, I love these.
There you go.
They're so pretty, wow.
So there's the Swedish brand where it does all organic clothing for children. And Karen come and needed some new socks. So I wanted to get them organic ones. Because if you want to start wearing organic, more natural materials, the best place to start is with socks, underwear, things like that. Especially if your feet absorb a lot of things. I know, they match your pants, yeah. So the brand is called, I always do this, Poliano Pirate. I don't know how to pronounce it, I just call it Pop, which is its like initials.
Because it always makes holes.
Bless you. So Karma, guys, if you're interested in this brand, it's all over Europe and in the UK. I don't know about the US. But it's really good quality things. And look, these are Karma's little ankle socks. They've got little butterflies on the back, and you actually would absolutely love that. And then we saw these.
By the way, why is there 2 of these?
Well, it was like 3 for 2, so I got 3 for 2.
Oh.
And I knew the butterflies were really nice. And then Curry's got these little car ones. So they have a lot of like clothes, which like little boys would love, with all cars on them, and the girls' stuff is girly. And then Mia and Sienna would probably love these socks. Mia and Sienna, I bet you'd love these socks. I bet you'd love them, wouldn't you?
Aww,
look how cool they are.
cute.
They're like little ankle sports socks. Yeah, what they called like ankle.
Like
and these are like trainer socks for Karma. I hope they fit you.
What
They're
size
6
do
to
they
8
get
years,
in?
Karma.
Massive.
Yeah, go and try them
Oh,
on.
that's so cute.
I know, the little
Wait, how do
butterfly.
Sorry. Oh, colour.
I don't know why I'm just so excited about buying them some new socks.
Wow,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Is
you
it-
pulled
is
them a
it
bit
these
too high.
stuff?
What? These
They're different,
They
aren't
match my pants.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Aw, they're so
I love
cute.
them. By the way, why does it say Pop?
Well, because that's the initials of the brand Polano Pirate. Anyway, I've got another package here. This is going to be some well-being products, and these are on our website glowinghealthy.com, which is our health website where we have everything listed that we love and use in our family. And we are actually going to be setting up a very, very exciting section soon, which is all going to be good for you activewear, non-plastic, non-toxic activewear. So we've, like me, Mia and Sienna, we've done a lot of research. I have kind of mentioned this before, but I don't know if I mentioned about the section going on the website. We have been looking and trying out and wearing and washing and working out in all these different brands and seeing how like good they are and like how they compare to like Lululemon and Alo and like how they fit and like how good they look. And we've got some really good results and we can't wait to share it with you. But in here we have, so this is from a brand called the Green Beauty Shop, which sells all like green stuff and green stuff, you know what I mean, like healthy like beauty and things like that. This is, because we needed a top up of this is one of my summer essentials.
Open up to it.
Trying to get it out. It is by a brand called Fushi, and it's cold pressed raspberry seed oil, which is an amazing oil to put on your skin and body. I call it like a sun harmonizer. It helps protect your skin in the sun. It's got like an SPF of like
25.
what? 25. I think
Before it was 15.
Fushi says 15, but Nadine Artemis, who specialises in natural beauty, she says 25. So I don't know what the study is or
Let's
where
meet
it
in the
tested
middle
this,
and
yeah.
say 20.
So let's meet in the middle and say 20. I call it a sun harmonizer because it helps like give you that extra protection on your skin, but it's not necessarily as powerful or effective as protecting your skin as saying using a zinc sunblock. But I use this when I go to the beach and I put it on, and it's kind of like helps me tan nicely, protects my skin, gives your skin a lovely glow, and it's really nourishing for your skin, and it's all cold pressed and like really, really good for you. And Fushi is the best brand that I've found, and this is on our website in the beauty section and also in the sun care section, I think. And I love it so much. You could even use this as a lovely facial moisturizer. Like, it's really, really good. It gives you a glow. You don't just have to use it for like the sun, but it's an amazing, like for me, this is like an SPF alternative that if I wanted to go out and like put something on my skin, especially this area and my face. And then we have some hair colour. Oops, sorry.
Hair colour.
This is by a brand called It's Pure, and it's the best hair dye or hair colouring that we have found. So I don't personally colour my hair, but Darren does. And this is natural brown, and it's organic, and it smells like a PG Tips, but
Can I
it's
smell?
really weird. It smells so pure. You could just,
It smells like
I mean, it's
matcha.
literally just ground up organic leaves.
Yeah, okay.
That's
It smells
it.
like
Nothing
matcha.
else.
I'm going to tell you, Darren's used this for how long have you been using this for? Like 4 years, 3 years?
Couple of years.
A
few
couple of
maybe.
years. And I'll tell you what is in it.
Mum, should we go pop
Cassia
some
powder,
matchas?
indigo powder,
Should we go
henna powder,
indigo?
and amla powder, which some people take amla powder actually internally. It's like a superfood powder, which is really good for you and high in vitamin C. And it literally smells.
Because you know that
like
that
tea.
expression, like you shouldn't put anything on your body that you
How
would be,
should
you wouldn't be willing to eat.
Yeah.
Like
always
when I
feel
read
like
that ingredient list, I'm not going to put that powder in my mouth because it stinks. But still,
it might
it's
stink
just
if you
organic, ground up leaves.
So if any of you are interested in hair
it's
colouring, like
clever how it manages to
like
work.
you want to cover hair, like
It is
grey
technically
hairs,
edible, yeah.
or you want to enhance
Well,
your natural
maybe
hair
I
colour.
don't know.
They have what? Do they have a full range of colours? Do they? I don't know what other colours they have, but Darren's just looked
Well,
at dark
they're not-
brown and medium brown.
They basically, I mean, I just use it for covering up greys, but like
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think they'll colour your hair a colour that it wasn't already.
Yeah, it enhances.
I think
the
they
colour.
just cover up greys. That's it.
Yeah, it
Because
says
it's not, it doesn't have like a bleach in it or anything, so you couldn't change your hair colour.
it's a suitable for colouring blonde,
As
light
far as
brown
I know.
hair, or grey hair. You can. It's got henna in it.
Oh right. Oh, I guess if you've got blonde hair, you could probably dye it brown. Yeah.
It says
I don't know
suitable
how
for
that would come out.
Hang on, let me just read it because we're actually getting the proper answer. Suitable for colouring blonde to light brown hair or grey hair. And it's
Okay.
got no paraphenyldiamine, PPD, whatever that is. Sounds like it's a nasty chemical. No ammonia, no preservatives, no peroxide, and no synthetic dyes. Conditions hair, increases volume and shine. I mean, what an amazing alternative. Isn't this good? If you are the type of person who you want to colour your hair, or you've got grey hair and you just want to, colour it for whatever reason, this is good that it exists.
Well, what's really interesting as well, like stereotypically, people say if they colour their hair, it damages it.
Yeah.
But this does the opposite. You're basically just doing like a mask of organic leaves on your
Yeah.
hair. So
yeah,
I
this
think it's
is
pretty good.
going to be on the website, or it is on the website. I don't know if it is on the website, if we've got to do it, but we're going to be adding this. So when you watch this will be up and you can go and check it out. Because I do actually get questions about hair dye sometimes. And I think regarding use, I think people know that you colour your hair and they've
Yeah.
asked what one you use. So this is it. And I don't know, when I see products like this, I just honestly have this feeling in me of gratitude. Like I honestly thank you so much
Yeah,
for
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
doing as a
yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Like there's some
Exactly.
big corporations out there, and
They're not just trying to
Yeah.
work out how to maximise profits. They're actually bringing out something,
helpful
which
things
is really
for the
useful.
world, which makes people like live longer, have healthier hair.
Because you should
feel
see the
good
amount
about
of brands what
themselves.
start off organic, and then as they scale, they probably get like invested money from shareholders, blah blah
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
and then they just change their mind because they're like, actually, that's not the maximum profit. So
yeah. And I feel like that way about some of the clothing that we've discovered as well. I literally put it on now, and I'm like, I am so grateful for it. I do not have any like, I'm so like, I feel lacking or anything. Like we feel like this way about a lot of things in our life. Like
Yeah.
some people say, like, how do you manage to balance the way you're living so it doesn't feel like restrictive, or it doesn't like feel like you're not enjoying life? But the thing is, we are enjoying
Oh
life.
my
Like
goodness,
it's
it's the
not
exact
restrictive.
opposite.
It's the
exact opposite. Like
perspective,
when
and
we're
it's what you
out and we
want.
go eat at a like regular
Yeah.
restaurant, like every time it's like, wow, this does not compare at all to the food
Yeah.
that you make at home.
Like we've created our dream life. There's still room for improvement in different areas, and I like that. I want there to be room for improvement, by the way. I like that there's a journey in life. If we were just at this, right, we've reached it, we've got everything we want, we've reached perfection, it would be so boring. Like for instance with the clothing, for the last like 3 years I've known, and I've been quite conscious about it, I don't quite like the fact that I'm wearing plastic clothing. So once we moved here and I eliminated drinking out of plastic bottles and other things, I was like, right, I know what the elephant in the room is now. I need to sort my clothing out. But I'm not going to suddenly start wearing things that I don't like and that doesn't fit me properly or doesn't work. So like everything's gradual. I think some of you might be watching our content and think like, well, I mean, we've literally got pretty much 9 out of 10 things sorted out in our life, but there's still little areas for improvement and things that you have to work on as a human being. Like you've always got to constantly work on yourself. But yeah, I feel like we've got this amazing life and it's really good. None of it feels lacking. And like, I think it's just perspective for some people, like the way we eat, you'd find maybe you wouldn't if you gave it a go. You might think it's really boring and restrictive, but that's just perception. Because for me, like what is normal, what's abnormal, it just depends what way you want to look at things.
There's also even like your gut bacteria and stuff. Like when your gut bacteria is not good, then it craves the not good things.
Yeah, it's like saying, oh, but don't you feel it's restrictive that like you don't go out and like you don't like go out drinking and partying? But for some people, partying might be someone's worst nightmare. But for a social butterfly who likes that, not partying and going out and whatever it is, drinking alcohol, and that might actually be your worst nightmare, to go to bed at 8 and be indoors like bored out of your head. It's literally just perspective. For some people, being really healthy and working out isn't something which is a chore, it's something that they really enjoy. But for others, it might be something that they really have to push and force, and like then it is like not living or it's not balanced. But for us,
I mean, when
like,
you've got
I'm just so
goals,
grateful that
boredom does not exist.
No, so
like if you've got things that you actually want to do, boredom doesn't exist. I remember, like obviously when we first stopped watching TV and stuff, like how old is Sienna? Like 14 years ago. Initially, we were like, oh, what do we do with our time? And then over time,
you're about to get bitten.
Mosquito.
Yeah.
Then over time, then we're just like, wow, every minute is filled up. Like, I couldn't imagine just sitting and staring at a box in the corner of the room.
I think that's sort of the package time for today, isn't it? Yeah, we've done it. But we're now going to be having dinner. I'll show you our dinner in a minute. We're making like a poke bowls, aren't we? But without like the tuna though. Oh, welcome back again. So I hope you're hungry because we've got a lovely little feast. Because you always come for dinner now, aren't you? I'm just doing this thing down where I pretend they're walking into our house and we've invited them for dinner.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm doing. Okay. Hi, welcome back. So I'm going to show you what we've got for dinner today. I hope you're feeling hungry. So we have got some quinoa, which is an amazing grain. Whoa.
Sorry, they just stuck their head right in the bowl.
It's burnt on the bottom. I didn't put enough water in it. That's all right.
We did something weird. You know how usually it has to release pressure?
Yeah.
It was like immediate. I could open it like there was no pressure.
That's
It
weird.
did something weird this time.
I've been using these for 10 years and that doesn't normally happen. What it is I pre-soaked the quinoa, which I was then about to tell you, which is really, really good for making the grain even more medicinal and easier to digest. But then, because I thought I soaked it, it probably would need less water in, so I put far too
Well,
little
it
water
probably
in
needs
it.
less time as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
the quinoa, I pre-soaked it, and so overnight in our spring water with a little bit of vinegar in there, and it's really, and then I rinsed them and then I cooked them. It makes them really like so good and easy to digest. What are you doing?
I can't, it's not coming off.
Yeah, I've not prepared this very well. I've got to actually figure out how to cook these properly once I pre-soak them, because it changes them. And then we've got mixed leafy greens, which are just so good for you. Some herbs that come chopped up from the garden. Some toasted pecans that I over toasted.
Mm-hmm.
I was only meant to toast them for 20 seconds, but I then went and hung out the washing. Some red onion, sweet corn, and these are in tahini dressing that I made. Some cashew cheese, some kimchi.
Oh yeah, homemade cashew cheese. That's lovely.
Fermented.
Have you shown that before?
No, but I'll show you another
It's
day.
really delicious.
Kind of. Maybe I did
Really,
when that was
so
what I
good.
made for the pizzas. Fermented tofu.
Take the lid off so we can have a
Avocado.
look. Yeah,
Smells
it's
really fermented.
nice.
Not mine.
Avocado, chickpeas, and salad. And Mia's making a dessert, aren't you? There's always a dessert every day. Snickers, yay!
Oh, Snickers again, yeah.
Yes, it's the best.
Snot Snickers.
Snot Snickers.
It's snot Snickers.
What?
I was trying to think of a cool name for it, but I didn't.
Yeah,
work.
that was not.
I mean, snot Snickers sounds the most revolting thing ever.
It's Snickers. It's a Snockers because it's got no Snicker in it.
No, it's not stickers, so it's
No.
it's not.
I don't know what we can call it. It's scissors.
Knotters.
That looks good, Darren. Look what she's just done. That looks so
Trying to make
good.
it look.
And then what we always do is we
Knickers.
put loads of olive oil
No,
on
it's
the
called
side.
knickers.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
call them knickers.
That's a good one.
Underpants.
Don't forget. Consider I'll help you out. Oh, that looks so good.
Right, I'm gonna
We
try.
haven't had a poke bowl for ages. Did you put sea salt
Oh,
on
that
it?
didn't really work.
Oh, Sienna, that looks good. Sienna's got gymnastics, haven't you? So you need
Yeah.
that, girl. Well, I don't know how you're able to do gymnastics with that in your stomach.
I know she immediately starts doing backflips
Yeah.
and stuff the second she's finished the last mouthful.
Wow, that looks so
In the
good. So
garden.
this is what we're having for dinner, and I hope you enjoy this lovely feast. I quit coffee 5 years ago because it wrecked my hormones, made me feel really, really anxious, made me look older and more dehydrated, stained my teeth, and there were so many other things as well, which just made me eventually decide that I have to quit and I have to give it up. But I really, really love the taste of it. I love the smell of it. I love the ritual of it. Like, coffee is amazing, but just not for my body. So I'm going to show you what I've swapped it for and which I love even more now. So come over here. Right, so guys, some of you have already heard me talking about this, but I am obsessed with matcha. So instead of drinking coffee, I make myself a matcha latte 1 to 2 times every single day. Some of you have been seeing me drinking this in our content, so I'm going to show you how to make it. But first of all, for any of you like wondering like why coffee is bad and why matcha is a better option, I'm going to tell you a few little things that I've learned from my own experience and what I've read online and heard from other experts. So first of all, coffee has caffeine in it, and caffeine is very stimulating for the body. It makes you release loads of stress hormones, and it kind of gives you this burst of energy like adrenaline. Also makes you produce like cortisol, which cortisol is a hormone that our body releases, and it can be very, very beneficial. But elevated high levels of cortisol, which puts your body under chronic stress, is really, really bad for you, especially for women's bodies. And what is really a really delicate like hormonal system in our bodies. So I found that I felt even more stressed all the time. My jaw was tense. I feel really anxious and jittery at the same time as feeling this huge surge of energy. I also became really addicted to it. Like I'd wake up in the mornings, feel really, really groggy, and I'd have to have a coffee to make myself feel good again. And then later on in the day, I would feel really depleted when I had like the energy crash. And then my heart would be racing, and at the same time there was still like residual amounts of the caffeine in me, like the stimulants, the stimulating feelings of the caffeine. So when it came to nighttime, I didn't feel like I could properly unwind, and there are studies to show that like it actually the caffeine stays in your system for a lot longer than what people think, and it can affect your melatonin production in the evenings and can affect the quality of your sleep. I think Brian Johnson doesn't drink coffee, the guy who's trying to live forever and not die, and I know that he's like analysing every little detail of his life, and he personally doesn't drink coffee either. Also, I found that it made me really, really dehydrated. I'd go to the toilet and my wee would just smell of coffee, like really strong. And I just kept thinking, this can't be normal. It also depletes lots of your minerals out of your body, like B12 and like magnesium, things like that, which are really, really important. My skin just didn't look hydrated as much. And I just felt, maybe it was from the chronic stress, I just felt like my skin just looked more like drier and like older and not as vibrant and glowing. Coffee does have antioxidants in it, but I just feel like the negatives of coffee like they do not provide, like I feel like any benefits in coffee, do not like outweigh the negatives of coffee. Some people also say that coffee can just deplete your energy over time, and it also can affect your cognitive ability. So some people feel like they can think better, but there's actually some science out there to show it actually affects like blood flow to your brain and decreases your cognitive abilities, which I think is really, really interesting. Also coffee, a lot of coffee, most coffee out there has mold in it. It's also highly acidic, it's being burnt. It's also full of loads of pesticides and chemicals. Like it just really, really, in my opinion, isn't good for you. But I felt really, really attached to it. Like if somebody like Darren even pointed it out to me, he's like, you're like every time you have a coffee, you're like really stressed and anxious and like you change. And I'm like, I was like really resistant against it, and I got really defensive. So I feel like even some of you guys watching this right now, you're probably like, shut up, I don't want to know. fair enough. But for any of you out there who have become aware and you're like quite like conscious about things like that, and you want to improve like your energy levels, you want to feel calmer, you want to feel healthier, you just want to feel more balanced hormonally as well and mentally, I feel like you're probably going to be really interested in this. So matcha is tea, like tea leaves, ground up. It's the really young green leaves from matcha, from the tea bush. And it's really high in antioxidants. It's this beautiful, vibrant green colour. And it does have some caffeine in it, but it has this amazing compound in it, which is called L-theanine, which is actually really incredibly calming. It's actually can make you feel like your brain is in the brainwave states of as if you've meditated, which I think helps balance out the caffeine in it. It's also really alkalizing because it's basically like a green powder, like a superfood green powder, whereas coffee is really acidic on the body and can like leach nutrients out of your body. But when you have this, it like builds your body up. It's full of loads of antioxidants, like polyphenols, and then in Japan, people obviously are very health conscious and they tend to have a healthier, longer lifespan, and they drink matcha a lot. So when I switched over, I actually really appreciated the flavour. I know for some people, when you first try it, it's not the same as coffee. It does not taste the same, but you can make a really creamy, delicious matcha latte, and it gives you energy, but it doesn't give you the jitters. It doesn't make you feel anxious. It actually gives you glowing skin. It's really good for your microbiome as well. It actually feeds your gut bacteria, which adds to it. I do not get smelly wheeze afterwards. My skin glows more. I just feel more of a calmer person. Obviously, if I was to drink like 20 cups of this, it probably would be too much, but I just have like 2 a day. Sometimes I have 3. You can even get this out now in most places. Starbucks has amazing ones. So in the UK and the EU, they don't add sugar to it, which is amazing. So I think in the US, unfortunately, Starbucks matcha latte is actually like really sugared and stuff. So I personally wouldn't drink it. But most like hipster coffee places, they have matcha lattes now, which I think is amazing. It's really catching on, which makes me feel really happy because I know other people have probably gone through the same journey as me, being an avid coffee drinker, realised that it wasn't actually serving them anymore and they wanted an alternative. There's just so many other benefits to it as well. But the matcha that we get is organic, so the Starbucks one isn't. But when I'm out and about and I want to have like a drink with my family or friends, I'll get it. But at home, we always drink 100% organic, and we get the ceremonial grade, which is the highest quality, so it's really sweet. It doesn't have a bitter taste. So some matcha powders you can get, and like you can get them in big packs, and they seem really like good value. But they're really a dark green, and they're more for culinary use, and it's quite bitter. So it is technically pricey, but you only use a little bit. And it's really, really potent, and it's really pure and fresh. So we actually have this on our website, Glowing Healthy, the matcha that we love and we use all the time when we're in the UK. However, this is the one that we can get here in Spain. But if we could get the one from the UK, we'd get it. It's called OMGT, I think that's what it is. And it's really, really good. But this one is still really nice and vibrant. So I'm going to add in some matcha. I'm going to show you how to make it, by the way. I'm going to add it into this milk jug. I'm going to make this for me and Darren, by the way. So I usually have like half a teaspoon each. And then we have this milk frother here where it heats up the milk and it froths it. This is the Dreo one, and it's amazing. This has really like made this like a proper ritual now and like making a barista style drink. So I'm going to pop this onto thick foam, hot thick foam, and it's going to be frothing away.
There's no milk in it.
Oh, there's no milk in it. Oh.
You have to put milk in it first. Georgie doesn't normally make these drinks, so you might be able to tell.
Makes these. Also, I'm about to come on my period, and I am not very good at it. When I'm on my period, I just want to be introverted.
I've been trying to not interrupt you, but when you start putting the milk frother on with no milk in it, I have to.
Take 2. So I've put in some milk, and we love unsweetened organic soya milk. This is really creamy and rich, so we don't use cow's milk, and I've accidentally been given a cow's milk matcha latte and it tastes absolutely disgusting. So even if you are not a person who is into plant-based milks, I actually personally feel like this tastes amazing in it. Like other people, like my mum, she's tried matcha before for the first time when she came to stay, and she said it tasted really, really good. So now when she goes out, she always gets matcha lattes, and she says that she feels really good for it, because she even said she was going to go on a long car journey, and she normally stops off several times in gas stations and service stations to go and grab a coffee, but she said she knew that wasn't good for her. So she's now switched it for matcha lattes, and she keeps sending me pictures, and she always gets it with soy milk as well, which is really good. So definitely recommend trying it with that, and it's full of protein as well. And the flavour is quite mild, so it doesn't override the beautiful flavour of the matcha. Anyway, I'm going to pop this on. Soy milk, hot, thick foam. Right, okay. So that is now frothing the milk up and heating it, not just some air this time. And now I'm going to turn the kettle on, and we're going to boil the water at 60 degrees Celsius. Usually with matcha, it's 90 degrees. You're not meant to boil it at 100 because it can affect all the nutrients and the flavour of the matcha. However, we're doing it on 60 because we're using the milk frother, because this is going to be heating the milk up, and the milk is going to be hot. You don't need the water from the kettle as hot. If you're not going to use the milk frother, you're just going to put cold milk in, do it at 90 degrees. Don't do it at a higher temperature because you just want to preserve all the goodness and flavour of the matcha. So I popped the matcha into this little jug here, and then I'm going to just wait for the water to finish boiling. Shouldn't take too long because it's not too hot. I need to get the timing right here because while that's frothing...
The kettle's not on.
It's not on, isn't it?
No, it is.
Okay. This is a terrible demonstration. Sorry, guys.
I didn't know you thought it was on.
Okay. This has happened to me before in the evening, so I just stood here.
The clue is that it wasn't making a noise at all.
I thought because it was 60, it's hardly me. Right, Darren, I'm so lucky. Darren is usually the matcha guy. He used to be the coffee guy, now he's the matcha guy. I do sometimes make this on my air, but not as much. Darren's usually, he does it first thing in the morning and then mid-morning, which is so nice. But yeah, we've been having matcha for now 5 years, and it's amazing. Even Darren, you don't drink coffee anymore.
Longer than that.
Is that longer?
Yeah, we were drinking it in the house where Karma was born. She's about to turn 7.
But we still did drink coffee.
What it was, when we moved to Costa Rica, we started drinking coffee again.
Yeah, and do you know
We've
why
had a couple of relapses, and that's through sleep deprivation from having babies and toddlers.
And also, like, I felt like...
But it wasn't the right decision.
No.
Like, it still wasn't the right decision because it does make you feel worse in the long run, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we've gone through that cycle, guys, and now we've finally learned. So I'm going to add in some water into here. Like I said, not too hot. And then I've got a little milk frother here, like whisk. And this is just to remove any of potential lumps of the matcha in the water. Now you can get amazing bamboo whisks for matcha. You should see the paraphernalia for matcha, what you can get out there. It's amazing. So you don't have to have this. If you want to get a little matcha bowl, little bamboo bowl, bamboo whisk, and do it proper Japanese style, go ahead and just enjoy the ritual. Be a proper hipster. Grow a little beard, you know, a little moustache. Go on. Everyone's laughing.
I would imagine it's
Listen
women watching this.
Just listen to some chill hop. No. One thing though, don't do not have oat milk in it. Oat milk is one of the milks that we don't actually have because it's full of sugars and it's not ideal. I don't think it tastes as good anyway. Right, that's nearly finished. So I'm going to pour in this gorgeous, lush, green liquid into here. Is that the right amount of hot water, Darren? A little bit more?
I don't usually use these mugs, but yeah, I do it about a third.
About a third.
But it's because you put so much water in the jug.
About a third
there.
And now this is going to be finished in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is now when you can feel like you're the proper hipster barista, okay? Ready? Should we see it? Oh my goodness, that looks so good. That looks so good. They're going to come over in a minute. I'm going to pour it in. They're now coming. They love the foam, don't you guys?
No.
Wow, look at that.
Whoa.
Wow, look at it. I love watching it like do that swirly thing. Can you see it, guys? So I just really want you to get this beautiful matcha art going.
Can we have
I'm going to put all the foam on top.
now?
This jug might be a bit hot, Cara.
Please, can we have the
You could do a little bit of art on top if you wanted, but I'm not going to do that. I just mix it up a bit. I think that might be a little bit hot at the moment.
It won't be hot.
It is.
Mum, you know Sin has underpants.
Look. Look how creamy and delicious that is. Because you just want the experience to be so like luxurious. It's also full of protein from the soy milk, antioxidants, polyphenols, L-theanine. It's like a superfood, a super drink, which builds you up, turns you into superwoman, balances your hormones, really good for your skin, helps you live longer, and you don't go crazy at your husband and kids because you've just had too much caffeine.